Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And we got some type of show for y'all today, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So this is a pretty interesting topic that I came across not too long ago. And I said that this would be an interesting thing to talk about. Now, funny enough, as I'm thinking about this now, as we're shooting this video here, we actually did a video about something similar like this on our Dreamers Pro membership. If you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you join that. We have that in the comments below, where I spoke about, is Scottie Pippen a top 30 player? Right? Is he a top 30 guy? And I went through that and I gave you guys a bunch of players that I think that he's ahead of and better than, and behind. And I kind of broke that down. So if you guys didn't see that, you want to see it, make sure you join the membership. We got that pinned below. But the point I'm making is this. This topic is related to that, right? So I was going through the internet here and I came across, where did I find this? I think it was on basketballnetwork.com. Anyway, they were reacting to this heated debate that took place on Gils Arena a few days ago. And essentially, they were reacting to some of the comments that Scottie Pippen made. As you guys know, Scottie Pippen made a lot of headlines with what he had to say on the Patrick and David podcast as it pertained to his time playing with Michael Jordan, his place in the game, LeBron James, and all of that, right? So the panel was arguing whether or not Scottie Pippen should be considered, where you would pick Scottie Pippen in a draft. And who would you pick him ahead of, right? And they got into this heated back and forth, and Kenyon Martin was really defending Scottie. So this is the conversation that we want to play, because I got a lot of thoughts on this. Before we even get into what these guys had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play what these guys had to say, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what these guys had to say here.
My #1 pick,
yes,
to start my franchise,
yes,
the Michael Jordan, the LeBron, the Kobe, the Shaq,
those guys,
the Kareem, the
attributes,
Magic, the Duncan, the Wilt, them, and
yes,
you're gonna say you're gonna pick a blue guy.
So now you got who
has an attribute.
Is in the top 30 of guys that you can name.
He's
so
top
all those
50
guys
all
that you
time,
named,
Gil.
right?
You're a blue guy that you see.
All those guys that you just named. Did I say that we would pick him over them?
No.
No,
Did I say we would pick him over them?
That's just be right. I can keep going.
Keep going.
I can keep going.
Keep going.
Wasn't Scottie top 50?
But
all time. Was Scottie a top 50 player all time when they did the top 50? Is he top 75?
Yes.
I'm looking at like just him.
Don't get picked.
If you line him up, right, how they do, if you line him up, height, arm length, skill set, dribbling, shooting, defense, Scottie's getting picked, bro.
And you saying by attributes? You saying by attributes?
Absolutely.
You're not talking about accolades.
I'm talking about just period.
Yes.
Your first player is your franchise player.
He might be 30.
Your first player is your franchise player.
You remember the criteria we're using. The criteria is not.
That one player is who you're building your team around.
Yes. He does everything.
From an attribute standpoint.
Gil, he does everything. He's a better defender than LeBron James. Absolutely. He does everything.
So you're going to draft him over LeBron?
Did I say that?
I'm just asking.
That, bro.
I just said the 30, but he still could go. You missed that point.
Are you picking him over? Are you picking him over Kawhi Leonard?
Yes.
As your star player?
Yes.
Okay, are you picking him over
So I just gave you...
Dwayne Wade?
Yes.
Okay, you picking him over KD?
It's a question.
Okay, you picking him over Harden?
It's a question.
No.
Yes.
This is a start
I'm picking
team.
him over James Harden. He does more.
Right?
Remember, he's talking about attributes, not career, not highlights, not accolades.
So you want
Scottie Pippen automatically gets picked because
so you talking about accolades or attributes?
Your attributes.
I'm picking him over guys that you are naming.
Yes.
I'm picking Scottie Pippen over those guys. Absolutely. No question about it.
As your first pick.
Absolutely. Over James Harden? Absolutely.
Attributes. We talking attributes.
Absolutely. Yes, my first pick of totality of his game, what he does to affect winning and losing.
Yes, Scottie Pippen for sure. 4 plus minus.
Long arms,
plus
6'9",
minus all day. He gonna have a plus 43.
Pass the ball. He gonna guard the best guy on the other end.
And he gonna never come out. He ain't gonna say I'm tired. He ain't gonna do none of that.
Multiple positions.
How many times did Scottie Pippen get hurt?
Yo,
was he durable?
And you can play him in multiple positions. Some of the other guys, they can only play one position.
Absolutely. And he can guard.
Multiple positions.
1 through 4.
So yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You asked one pick. Absolutely.
This is a conversation because we talk about attributes.
Kawhi. I'm a big Kawhi fan of James, but Scottie, attributes and what he's gonna do to affect what we trying to do here, win.
Facts.
Oh,
conversation.
That ain't even a question. So who else you want to throw out there? Or are we picking Scottie over? Keep going.
Don't do that.
Keep going.
Don't do that.
Your star players, your number one
Name some other players who in NBA.
I asked 2 general managers this when I heard that.
No, I'm asking you. You brought guys up.
They said
you throw your names
he's
out there.
gonna go late second or third round.
That's them.
Because
talking about you though.
He's a glue option player.
Yeah,
he is
a number one.
Your
option.
number one player is the guy who's supposed to carry the load.
And them same GMs that you asked this question to, have they been fired?
No,
had to have been already for sure.
And name me some of the guys that they've drafted.
You're arguing about a player who actually ain't done it. That's the problem.
But we're talking about attributes.
I'm talking about your start. This is your first pick.
So you're moving the goalpost.
No.
Yes.
You're changing it. You're talking about attributes. I'm talking about.
You were silent.
You had the first pick to start your franchise.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you heard what they had to say, right? Now, prior to producing this show, we put up a poll on our channel, the Dreamers Pro channel. If you guys haven't voted, please make sure you go and leave your vote and leave a comment. And we asked the audience the following question. Which of these players would you pick Scottie Pippen ahead of in a draft? We put James Harden, this guys they mentioned, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant. Out of the 1,000 voters, 28% said James Harden, 17% said Kawhi Leonard, 23% said Kevin Durant, and 32% said none, right? 32% said none. Some people said all of them. Some people said one of them, right? So where do I stand on all of this? Would I pick Scottie Pippen in the draft because of his attributes ahead of these players? And the answer is hell no. Nope. No. I wouldn't. I wouldn't pick him ahead of James Harden. I damn sure would not pick him ahead of Kevin Durant. And I damn sure would not pick him ahead of Kawhi Leonard. Let's talk about it from an attribute standpoint from Kawhi Leonard and James and Kevin Durant. Yeah, Scottie Pippen has some crazy attributes. So does Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, 7 foot, shoots like a guard. Ball handling like a two guard or point guard. Scottie Pippen ain't got them type of handles. He can't shoot like Kevin Durant. He can't space the floor like Kevin Durant. He's not a long distance threat like Kevin Durant. He's not as efficient as Kevin Durant. Does he play the defense that Scottie Pippen does? Hell no. He damn sure don't play the offense that Scottie play. And I think the premium that KD gives you on offense is a greater premium than that of which Scottie Pippen gives you on defense. And then Kevin Durant is clutch too. I would not pick him ahead of Kevin Durant. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. And the simplest way to ask this question is this. If you replace Kevin Durant with Scottie Pippen on those Warriors teams versus the Cavs, do they win? I say hell no. They're not beating LeBron and those guys, no. Kevin Durant was the difference in that series. He was the difference. He held his own matchup against LeBron James. Scottie Pippen gonna hold a matchup against LeBron James in the finals? Like, let's stop. So I'm not picking him over Kevin Durant. Let's get to Kawhi Leonard. I wish I put hell no. Absolutely not. Does Scottie Pippen have a crazy physical attributes? Yeah, so does Kawhi. Have you seen Kawhi's hands? Have y'all seen his hand? Kawhi's hands looks like the flaps on a whale. It's ridiculous. It's almost cartoonish. Kawhi Leonard has crazy hands. He has crazy length. Defense, he's just as good a perimeter defender as Scottie, and he has 2 regular season Defensive Player of the Year awards to prove that. And the other way I ask you is simply this. If you had to replace Kawhi Leonard with Scottie Pippen on that Toronto Raptors team, are they going to go win the championship and beat Joel Embiid and beat Giannis and all of those guys and then go to the finals and beat? I don't think anybody does that. I don't think Scottie Pippen does that. So I'm not picking him ahead of Kevin Durant. I'm not picking him ahead of Kawhi Leonard either. Let's get to James Harden because that's the controversial one. And I think the reason people will say James is because of his playoff collapses. Hasn't Scottie Pippen had some down moments in the playoffs as well? All right, what are we talking about here? Look at what James Harden is able to do in terms of offense and the offense he's able to generate around him and his playmaking ability. Is he the defender that Scottie is? No. Is he the rebounder? Not really, no. But in terms of other things, I'm not picking Scottie ahead of any of these guys. That's just me. I'm not picking him ahead of none of them. I'm not picking him ahead of Kevin Durant. I'm not picking him ahead of Kawhi Leonard, and I'm not picking him ahead of James Harden. That may be controversial. I'm not. I think all time those guys are all better than him. Sorry to tell you, Scottie Pippen is not in the top 10. And if we go outside the top 10, I can list you a bunch of players off the top of my head right now that he's not better than. A bunch of players. He ain't better than Kevin Durant. He is not better than Stephen Curry. He is not better than James Harden. He is not better than Nikola Jokic. He is not better than Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then I got to start sitting down and thinking about some other guys that I'm probably he's not better than Kevin Garnett. Who else am I? He's not better than whoever I missed out in that list. So if he's not better than any of those guys, why would I pick him ahead of those guys? I simply wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't think it's even a conversation. I wouldn't do it. Scottie Pippen is a hell of a player. Let's stop. Okay, let's stop. He's not. If my thing is, the simplest way to answer the question is this: put Scottie Pippen in his prime, put him on the Kevin Durant Warriors team, remove KD. Do they beat LeBron in them? My answer is no. Put Scottie Pippen on that Toronto Raptors team. Does Scottie Pippen lead the playoffs in points, rebounds? In points and rebounds and steals like Kawhi Leonard did? Hell no. He's never done it. Ever. Ever. Even when he was the man on the Bulls, he never did it. So, no, I'm not giving y'all that. I know those are basketball guys. I respectfully disagree. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.